Shalom, family. Should we use the Apocrypha? 2 Timothy 2:15 says, "Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." The Interlinear Bible has it this way: "Earnestly study to show thyself approved to God, a workman unashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth." And the Young's Literal Bible has it this way: "Be diligent to present thyself approved to God, a workman irreproachable, rightly dividing the word of truth." Proverbs 25:2 said, "It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings to search out a matter." Proverbs 15:28 says, "The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things." 1 Corinthians 2:10 says, "But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit, for the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God." And finally, Romans 15:4 says, "Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the Scriptures might have hope." So, just how does that work? Acts 17:10 and 11. "And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the Scriptures daily whether those things were so." Now, the question of the day is, should we use the Apocrypha? All King James Bibles published before 1666 included the Apocrypha, but in 1826, the National Bible Society of Scotland petitioned the British and Foreign Bible Society not to print the Apocrypha, resulting in a decision that no British and Foreign Bible Society funds were to pay for printing any apocryphal books anywhere. They reasoned that not printing the Apocrypha within the Bible would prove to be less costly to produce. The Apocrypha is a set of books that were positioned between the Old and New Testaments that also contain maps and genealogies, the so-called 400 years of silence or intertestamental period. Today, Protestant Christians view all deuterocanonical or apocryphal books as non-canonical. Canonical, or the English word canon, comes from a Greek word meaning rule or measuring stick. Canon simply means the books of the Bible officially sanctioned by the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church. According to the Random House Merriam-Webster's College Dictionary, canon is defined as an ecclesiastical rule or law enacted by a council or other competent authority and in the Roman Catholic Church approved by the Pope. Though most Christians view apocryphal books as non-canonical, they are unaware that the Apocrypha was officially canonized in 1546 at the 19th Ecumenical Council of the Roman Catholic Church, known as the Council of Trent. Though of lesser authority than Scripture, the historical significance is undeniable. Protestant reformer Martin Luther said Apocrypha, that is, books which are not regarded as equal to the Holy Scriptures and yet are profitable and good to read. Luther even included in his 1534 Luther Bible in a separate section called Apocrypha, and it remains a part of the Roman Catholic Church's Latin Vulgate. The word Apocrypha is medieval Latin from apokryphos, meaning secret, and from Greek apokryphos, meaning obscure, and apokrytein, to hide away. Simply put, Apocrypha means hidden. Though Western Christianity has looked to the Catholic Church as its canonical authority, save the Apocrypha apocryphal books are contained in Eastern biblical traditions such as the Ethiopian Bible, which is the oldest and most complete Bible on earth, and also the Septuagint, which was translated from Hebrew to Greek in 250 BC, over 200 years before the apostles. The majority of Old Testament quotations rendered by the New Testament authors were borrowed directly from the Septuagint. The apostles used the Septuagint, and the order of the books in the Septuagint became the accepted order of the church. The Apocrypha was a part of the Greek Old Testament, not separated in an isolated section, and in the Jerusalem Bible, these books are intermingled within the Old Testament. 3 early Greek manuscripts that preserve both the Old and New Testaments, Codex Vaticanus, Codex Sinaiticus, and Codex Alexandricus, all contain the Apocrypha interspersed within their canon and not isolated to a specific section of books. The Apocrypha is also in the Eastern Greek Orthodox Bible. In fact, fragments of the Apocrypha was found in the caves of Qumran within the Essenes Dead Sea Scrolls, which dates back to 150 BC. The Random House Kerneman's Webster's College Dictionary tells us that Essenes are a member of an ancient Jewish ascetic sect of the 2nd century BC to the 2nd century AD in Palestine, who lived in highly organized groups and held property in common. The Essenes are widely regarded as the authors of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The apocryphal books of Maccabee are a part of canon of scripture in the Greek Septuagint and Latin Vulgate, hence canonical to Roman Catholicism and Eastern Orthodoxy, and are included in the Protestant Apocrypha. Church Father Origen of Alexandria references 2 Maccabees 7 in De Principe, Book 2, Chapter 1 and 5. Bishop Cyprian of Carthage in Letter 54 and 3 quotes 1 Maccabees 2, 62 and 63. The church held the Maccabees as canonical on account of the extreme and wonderful sufferings of certain martyrs who before Christ had come in the flesh, contended for the law of God even unto death, and endured most grievous the horrible evils. Christian seminaries still to the day study the Maccabean texts. The Book of Tobit is the original Greek text of the Septuagint. In the original Greek text of the Septuagint, as well as part of the Catholic and Orthodox biblical canons. It was recognized as canonical by the Council of Hippo in 393 AD, the Councils of Carthage in 397 and 417 AD, and the Council of Florence in 1442 AD, and confirmed in the Counter-Reformation by the Council of Trent in 1546 AD. Still today, many Anglicans, Lutherans, and Methodists have Tobit in their canon of Scripture. Church Father Origen of Alexandria references the Book of Tobit in Against Celsius, Book 5, Chapter 14, while Church Father Clement of Alexandria quotes Tobit 4 and 15 in Stromata, Book 2, Chapter 23, and Tobit 12 and 8 in Stromata, Book 4, Chapter 12. In Hippolytus' commentary on Daniel 6 and 55, he references Tobit 3 and 17, and Bishop Cyprian of Carthage in Treatise 8, Part 5, quotes Tobit 4, 10, and 11. The Didache, which is the teachings of the 12 apostles, quotes the book of Ecclesiasticus in Didache 4 and 5. The Apocrypha was originally a part of the King James Bible 1611 for 274 years until removed in 1885. For over 2,000 years, it was considered a part of the biblical tradition until it was removed just over 100 years ago. Now, in the spirit of fairness, we're going to examine the strongest arguments given for the rejection of the Apocrypha to see if they can be substantiated.